Cute little 22-foot four winds coming in on trade here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. The story of this one seems to be a lack of story. It looks like it just really wasn't used, although it looks like it was maintained, and I think that's a really important distinction. A lot of times when people don't use RVs, they don't take care of them. That doesn't appear to be the case here. I can't really find anything that's super concerning to me. It just looks like the motorhome life wasn't for these folks and they swapped into something else. And I tell you, the folks that own this, they kept her clean. I will say that. A lot of times when an RV doesn't get used a lot, it gets kind of neglected, but they kept this thing clean. Either that or they just, really applied some elbow grease and a lot of spick and span before they brought it in here. I like floor plans like this that have that big old dining window right there. I do have night shades for privacy throughout the RV, but that thing can open up for some serious cross breeze, which is absolutely fantastic. We've got a bigger U-dinette down here, so we actually have a place to sit down, share a meal together, but it could also fold down into an extra sleeper. And that's what's cool about this one. This is a smaller coach, but it's ideal for like just a person or a couple who wants to go jet setting around, but frankly, you could accommodate a small family pretty easily. You got the overcab bed up here for sleeping. You've got the dinette. You got the master bed in the back. You could easily sleep 3 adults separately and likely 4 adults with absolute no issue in here. So it's not just a little couples rig. It could accommodate a lot of different folks here. And to that point, thought we'd take a quick look at her up here in sleeper mode. I do like the position of this TV though. You can pivot this thing out. It can lock against the wall for transit, but it's easy viewing from the dinette. It's also kind of nice to, if you have kids up here, you can maybe throw a little cartoon on and get their bodies that are all pumped up full of marshmallows and Mountain Dew slowed down a little bit. And I noticed when I got up here, I started to see where the previous owners added a couple smart little accessories. They added in these little charging points. They put one up here in the overcab bunk. They also put one in the rear master bed area. One other quick note on the overhead cab here. I like the dual cup holder thing, so the kiddos can maybe have their own little cup of water or something like that and not worry about actually knocking over and spilling it at night. And a little headboard storage area there. I also really like the Bunk ladder mount. It's a little bit different from what I typically see in the business. Man, the light from the cab's not being friendly here, but basically this, it can't come off. That is not coming off, so there is absolutely no worry. If you have a grown person or a kid clambering up and down that thing, there's just no chance that they're going to fall and bust themselves up. You may have also noticed all the original owner's manuals are present. That's one of those little things I've learned to look for over the years. It's not a rule, but it's a strong indicator that this is a coach that was well maintained. Another thing that's very positive to me is the fact that the previous owners did spend some money keeping this clean and adding some accessories to it. Like this RV originally had no backup camera, no side view cameras, and the unit here in the dash is basically just entertainment. But you can see how they actually wired in like a exterior camera system. And that's what these little jet fighter switches are down here. They piggyback the power off of something else, so you actually can flip a switch to activate that. And if we take a look over here, across this Ford chassis, at the bottom of that mirror, you see that little black nubbin sticking out right there? That's a technical term, by the way. That is a side view camera. So they added side and rear view cameras to this, which, I don't know, that's just not something that you see done every day. That stuff costs a fair amount of money. It's good to see people invest in an RV instead of only use it up and take from it. Flipping around over here to the driver's side, above that big breeze window over the dinette that we saw, we've got a big old overhead chest of storage, and I love the fact that you have double metallic struts holding that open so that you don't have to do the little head juggle maneuver. Your primary hanging wardrobe space is located just to the aft of that, and it's pretty generous. That is more than you get in a lot of towable RVs right there. Even despite the small size of this, you've actually got decent hanging storage, and hey, why not that extra little dresser drawer right there? So in terms of personal storage, she gets the job done pretty well, and I'm pretty happy with what I see there. And just a quick look at the nice clean nature of everything. I like you to get to see that everything's not all scuffed up and banged up. And with the mirrors on that double door right there and all the windows that are around this coach, it does make it look and feel a little bit bigger than perhaps it actually is. Now, the kitchen's not large, but they did a good job with what they had. You know, there's no space really wasted here. The countertop extension is a much needed addition to this RV, and thankfully it is present and accounted for. But down below here, this is where, I mean, the primary kitchen storage is really below you. They packed this thing with all the drawer space they possibly could, and if you have like bigger, heavier pots and pans, you see that they gave you a big old compartment under the refrigerator. And it's kind of interesting to me, you know, a lot of manufacturers build a real similar floor plan like this. I've seen plenty of Coachmans just like it. And it's just interesting to me to see how they all handle the storage areas a little bit differently. But just like that storage around the dinette, you know, it all packs up, gets out the way. You can see that we are completely carpetless, we are ventless, we are cleaning friendly, pet friendly, kid friendly. Previous owners added this little rug thing up here, maybe so that if they got up in the middle of the night they wouldn't need cold feet, but it's not glued down or anything. You can just notice that they sort of cut away the corner so that would fit in there better. I also noticed little things they did, like they put a little door stopper in there so that bathroom door handle wouldn't fly open and smash into that giant mirrored wardrobe, because that's a bad day at the campsite, am I right, guys? We do have a privacy curtain for a master bed back here, full overhead storage, and some awesome window coverage. If you want the RV to open up and look and feel bigger, you want that extra airflow or views, you got it. Very nice on a rainy day to open those up and not feel like you're cramped into a little coffin here. It is a small corner bed, but that does mean that it is travel accessible. Like if this was a bed slide, the mattress would have to fold so that the bed slide wouldn't crush the bathroom over here. So it's kind of a, you gotta, you know, pick your poison, which thing's a little more important to you. In the kitchen, I noticed the same thing. Previous owners added these nice little towel drying dowel rods, but they did such a good job of basically nearly matching the decor of the RV that if you didn't know that wasn't factory standard, you probably wouldn't have realized it. I just happened to pick it up my last pass through in the kitchen area there. Above here, we have a larger bath fan to give us some better airflow. The main area of the RV does have a 7-foot ceiling. It is a little bit shorter up here. It's about a 4-inch step up, but that should still leave plenty of headroom for just about anybody in that shower, unless you're Wilt Chamberlain tall, and then most RVs just aren't going to fit you, period. But again, the nice, clean nature of everything, really strong indicator that this was not used, but not neglected. They stayed on top of their regular cleaning and maintenance routines so that even though they didn't use it very much, they didn't have to worry about it at all. Not the biggest coach in the world, but they did put the biggest awning on it they possibly could. That is a Solera Easy Tilt awning, meaning just 2 fingers you can crank that thing down onto a nice angle. There is LED lighting at the base of it. Of course, it has an auto rain dump feature. You know, just easy campsite setup, because I think that's the whole point here. One of the nice things about motorhomes is your journey starts the moment you turn the key, and the easier the entire thing is, I think the more you're going to enjoy it. So just that easy 2-finger power awning nature of things is pretty preferable. There is the slightest of sun fade on a couple areas, like that front over cab nose cap. There's a couple areas on the sidewalls where I can't tell if it's just condensation causing what looks to be lighter colors on the RV, or if there is a little sun fading there. But my notes indicated, what I was provided was that this was stored indoors. It's possible. It's also possible a little bit it was outside. They were in a harsher climate. That I am not sure of. I can only do so much camp scene investigating, CSI, you know. Generator fired right up, ran very well for me. That's something I was real happy about. I always like to go through and flip all the buttons and switches just like a prospective owner would. And that's part of the reason, like, you know, when I mentioned that this, you can't see any sort of fading whatsoever on the skin on this thing. And I mentioned that it's very slight. It is. And, you know, I try to be as picky as I think you would be. Like, if I was going to buy this RV, how would I look at it? That's how I try to present these videos. Tires are ace, buddy. All the tires are in great shape. Those things look just brand new. And the more I'm looking at this skin, the more I'm thinking it is a result of condensation in the morning. Because if I get right down here, no, there is a slight fade to that. Huh. Oh, well. Well, hey, now you guys know about it. I think I mentioned inside, but honestly, guys, it's early in the morning, and I don't fire on all cylinders in the morning. The joke I make with my wife is that when your brain moves this fast, it takes a while to get up to speed, and her response is, "Your brain moves fast?" But, you know, I can't complain. I did very well. I married above my station for sure. Folks added their own backup camera, as we saw inside. On the Ford chassis and whatnot that we're on, I believe this will have a 5,000 pound tow rating, which is a pretty common Class C tow capacity. We will get up on that ladder before we're all said and done so you can see the roof, but let me back up here a little bit. We're greeted by that morning sunshine stabbing me in the eyeballs right now. Again, that awning comes all the way to the back to give you maximum patio space. One of the things that's nice too, like Class C's don't typically have really good outside storage, but one of the benefits of that corner bed inside is that it creates the prime opportunity for a big old compartment right here. And just to give you an idea of how big it is, it's literally big enough to hide a body. I mean, look at this thing. You could hide 2-3 bodies in here. This is some serious body compartment storage right here. And the roof looks great. There's a little bit of storage dust on it, like if I get down here I can kind of scuff it with my foot. So that's something that would just quick hose and brush off. If I can scuff it off with my foot, that's probably just dirt that collected on it just from driving here when they traded it in. But the seals and everything up here looks great. The front termination strip looks great. I don't see anything that concerns me up here. Yeah, she looks ace. A little bit of discoloration on the AC shroud, but that kind of falls right in line with what I've seen on the rest of the coach. So overall, I think she's real good. From what I've seen on the skin, it leads me to believe that the manufacturer, one of their ways that because this is a Class C that is designed with budget in mind. It's fully functional and whatnot, but they didn't spend more than they had to putting it together, so you didn't spend more than you had to buying it. It kind of makes me think that they did not put a whole lot of UV inhibitor in a lot of the exterior components of this as a way of, you know, being cost effective, which is the fancy sales term for cheaper. But so what you need to do, you're thinking, okay, so what's going to happen? Is this thing going to look like trash for me in a few years? What you really got to do is stay right on top of your cleaning and UV conditioning regimen. I mean, any RV, any of these 500 plus things that you see out here at Haylett RV, periodically you should go through and use a wash and conditioner on them, on the walls, on the roof, on the whatever. On an RV like this, you should just probably do it once or twice more per year and you wouldn't regret it. You know, you might not need it, but you'd certainly never regret it, is how I look at that. And that stuff is very inexpensive. I'm talking the difference of spending like $30 a year on extra wash and conditioner stuff. And if you don't know what that is, basically, guys, what I'm telling you to do is put sunscreen on your camper. And if you need more information than that, give our team a call here at Haylett RV and we'll walk you through it. 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping, everyone. Another big old Jayco rolling out this morning. Holy cow.